This meeting is being recorded.
Oh, got a twofer there. I usually don't hear that side of it, but I like it. It's a good start. Very good to have you on, Arjen. Thank you for being here. And I know that it's 7 p.m. right now for you.
Yeah, yeah. It's dark outside here.
It's time to wrap it up. Yeah.
You're from Los Angeles, right?
Uh, right near it, Orange County, the next county over. But yeah,
okay.
same time zone as that. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Bright and early.
You have the coffee going. Yeah, so
Yeah, I did get the coffee. Are you a coffee guy or?
yeah, big coffee guy.
Good.
Drink coffee.
That's
all
good.
Day.
How do you feel about cold brews? Like just the chill.
It's not a big thing here, but yeah, on our last tour in the US, I drank it a lot. Yeah, it's okay, but is it like heated coffee and then it gets cold, or is it? I think it's like they pour cold water on it, right?
I believe so. I don't like to get the cold brew. That's not my kind of thing. I like to get. I like to get a nice cappuccino, an espresso, maybe.
Yeah. I like the warm coffee was better for me. That's a good thing in the US as well. Like over here, you just get one cup if you're at like some kind of diner. But yeah, in the US, you buy one cup, and you just keep getting filled up.
It has its pros. It has its pros to it. How many cups of coffee are you drinking per day? Is it just a one and done, or it fluctuates?
I fill this up in the morning and like drink it all morning, and I think around 2 I refill it.
So you're going back. You're drinking that amount again once it's done.
Yeah.
You are a big coffee guy. Okay. I understand. No, it's a good way to start the day.
Yeah. It wakes you up.
Or start your afternoon, however you like to do it.
Reboost.
So by the time that you're done with the second thermos amount there, what time is it that you're finally done with the coffee?
I think around 4. And then after that, I don't drink any coffee at all.
So I think four is a good time to cut it off. Time frame. You guys were kind of recently in the States, right? A few months ago.
Yeah, we were there in September until I think October 11th. So yeah, just over a month. Yeah.
That's a good stint. That's a good time frame.
Yeah, because it was a pretty like rough tour. Like we had no days off, and either it was like driving the whole day, or driving and playing a show, and yeah, sleeping with 5 guys in one room. That's hard as well. So yeah, 4.5 weeks is long enough.
Sleepovers, drinking coffee. It sounds like a nice time.
Yeah. No,
did you rent gear when you came over here, or?
No, because it was a first proper tour like in the US. Because we did South by Southwest like twice, like 10 shows each time. We were supposed to do a big tour, like I think for 7 weeks or something in 2020, but yeah, COVID hit. So yeah, we were figuring this thing out, and yeah, we didn't rent gear, but we had friends of ours from the band Abracadabra. They're from the Bay Area, and yeah, we rented the backline from them, and we of course rented the van, and just like booked a hotel every night. And yeah, on the East Coast we played on the gear of Frankie and the Witch Fingers. Yeah,
very good guy. Shout out to Frank and the Witch Fingers.
No, they're super friendly. Yeah,
Fantastic band to see live as well. You did you guys play some shows together out there?
Yeah, we did. I think we did 5 shows together on the East Coast. Like I think New York. One show in Canada as well. Yeah, Philly. Yeah, I think 5 in total. Yeah, something like that.
I mean, that's got to be a heck of a show.
Yeah, they got a good crowd. Like, because for us, like there were like small venues on the first half of the tour, and then with playing shows with them, like they got like 300-400 cap venues, and then on the weekends bigger ones, like the one in New York, it's I think 1,000 or something like that. It's the Warsaw, I think it's called, in
Oh,
Brooklyn.
okay. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
a really good venue.
How do you like touring? Do you enjoy kind of getting out there and playing different places?
Yeah, it's really fun, but rough at the same time. Like, yeah, it's just really tiring, and but yeah, you get to see all these beautiful places because the last tour we really went all over the place. I think we started in Seattle and then drove, I think, through Salt Lake City to Colorado, down to through Kansas, Oklahoma, to Texas, back to California, and then we flew to the East Coast and did an East Coast tour. And after that, we went back for a festival in Reno. Yeah, it's the States is super fun, and I really like it. But I would love to go there on a holiday because you see all these beautiful places from the van, but yeah, you're just sitting in a van. That's it. There is like you're in a cage the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, and these are all just hour and a half drives to each place. Yeah, from
Yeah, hour and a
from
half. Yeah.
from Seattle to Salt Lake City. Yeah,
I
super
think it
quick.
was like a minimum of 7-hour drives each day.
Yeah, that sounds
Something
about
like
right.
that.
Did you
So,
do any of the driving?
yeah, I think we all got a driver's license, so and we all like to drive. Um, yeah, I did a lot of the driving as well, but I think most of the driving did Jeroen. Yeah, he really likes to drive. Uh, yeah, but yeah, if you get bored, you get behind the wheel.
Yeah,
And I was
start
I didn't drink
perusing.
on I didn't drink on that tour, so at night I was the driver.
Why weren't you drinking?
I stopped drinking for like 4 months or something, just like to see if I had it in me. Yeah, now I'm thinking about quitting again because yeah, it felt really good. But I like drinking with Christmas, so
It's always a toss up. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, maybe if I go on and off with drinking, that's fine for me. Yeah, because I like, yeah, for me, because I was pretty busy with work, and yeah, got a lot of stuff going on at home, and then touring as well. And if you have to drink with it, yeah, that's yeah, that doesn't work together. That doesn't work together. No.
Do you like to have a drink every once in a while before playing a show?
No, actually not. No, I don't drink
Coffee
before
only.
the
Got
show.
it. Got it. Got it. Coffee only.
No,
Okay.
when I'm drinking, they always make a joke of it that I'm like pounding 3 beers during a 1 hour set.
That's the right way to do it. So if you were to vacation over here, aside from touring, where would you want to kind of visit? Where would you want to spend your time?
I want to the yeah drive. I think from Seattle to like the northern East Coast. I think that would be beautiful. And then like yeah, Seattle, and then to Wyoming, Colorado. Like yeah, just those landscapes are so beautiful, and you really don't have that kind of landscape here in Europe. I think it's a unique landscape.
Yeah, everywhere's different. I like it.
Yeah, yeah.
I trust you. I think it's beautiful. I think that's a good way to put it.
Have you been out there?
I've been to Wyoming. I have not been to Washington at all. Oregon,
Yeah,
Portland area, I think is the furthest I've gone north. And you said Colorado, right? Colorado
yeah.
too.
I think you can like the Seattle part. What's the state? Washington, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you can compare that with Scandinavia, but like the middle part up north, yeah, with all the different kind of rocks and like near Yellowstone.
Okay, yeah. Been there. Mhm.
Yeah, you don't have that around here in Europe, I think.
But Europe's got its own stuff going on. I want to get over there. I think we got to switch spots, Arjun. I think that me and
Cool.
you are gonna. Yeah,
I will host
I'm
the
gonna rent
podcast
your place. You do the podcast. I'll play
then.
drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
When did you get into playing music? When did you start picking up the drums?
Yeah, the drums. I think when I was, I think around 12, because my dad always played music, played guitar, and me and my sister had to pick an instrument. And at first we had to play the piano, and after that we had to pick it. We had to choose an instrument we wanted, but I always wanted to play didgeridoo.
It's a good choice.
But yeah, yeah, that wasn't possible. Lessons, but yeah, so I picked the drums, and
It's
I
a good
think my
choice.
parents regretted it because it's just so loud.
Just a little bit loud. Yeah. Did you take to it immediately? Was it something that you're like, yes, okay, I understand how to play this and I could pursue this further?
um, yeah, I played it a lot in the beginning, but then I stopped for like a couple of years. Uh, but I wasn't with Jeroen, the singer of our band. You had band practice, but not like an American school like band. So you had like a rock band, and you had some kind of like audition night. And I found a CD of it and listened back to it. And yeah, the difference for me, I think, like with the other drummers, is that I uh, at a young age, I already was like hitting really solid. Not like proper technique, but like the groove was there already or something
You were in the pocket.
in the pocket. Yeah.
So at what age is this that you kind of picking it back up and playing again?
I think like 15 or something.
Okay. A,
Yeah, I think.
a few years of hiatus and then coming back.
Yeah, I think like I played like maybe from 11 or something to 13, and then stopped for 2 years or something, and picked it back up when I was 15 or 16. A little bit, and then yeah, start messing around playing music with other people. And yeah, that's, I think, for me, like the Arctic Monkeys. When I hear that, that was the first time I was like, oh, I really want to play in a band. For me, the first, what was the first record?
I
Universe
don't
Nightmare or
know,
something.
but you know what? I mean, we know what it is, and the viewers know, and the viewers can look it up. But yeah, we know what album that is. But it was
So
the Arctic Monkeys was what the
yeah, I think so, man. Before that, I was listening to a lot of Dutch hip hop. Like, yeah, I think that was my thing before that. And then I heard the Arctic Monkeys record, and yeah, then it turned into like indie rock and yeah, like the Kaiser Chiefs and that kind of stuff.
are the Arctic Monkeys still a band that you go back and listen to?
Yeah, I do to the old stuff, but yeah, their new stuff not so much. No, I saw them a couple of years back live again on a festival. We were, I think, visiting. Yeah, yeah, but yeah, it always brings back good memories. The first couple of records of the Arctic Monkeys, yeah,
And then that just opened up the gates.
Yeah. Because I think I'm not sure. How old are you?
I'm 23.
23. Okay, I'm 32. So
So we're right there. Right? Me and you, Arjen. Yeah.
But nowadays, like with Spotify, you can listen to an album once. But yeah, once you have it on vinyl or CD, on even an iPod or something, and you
Right.
have to download the music, you're gonna listen to that record at least 50 times or something.
Yeah. If not more. Yeah.
Yeah, if not
50's
more.
kind of low. 50's kind of a low
Yeah,
number.
yeah. That's also the thing with the Spotify rap. Um, I have Spotify for when I'm working. I have it a lot of playing in the background, but for some reason, always my top 5 artists are the ones I had on my iPod.
It's
Like I
still
think,
there. It's still in
yeah,
rotation.
for Mac DeMarco, I think is always in there, and
Oh
just
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking on this Mac DeMarco thing, were you more gravitated towards, because obviously the two big ones was 2 and Salad Days. What were you gravitated towards one more than the other?
Yeah, the two, I think that was the Saturday was what with Chamber of Reflections on it, right?
Yeah, right.
No, the two I had on my iPod. So yeah,
That's an iPod song.
yeah,
It's their album.
iPod album.
Yeah. I feel the same way. I think I gravitated more towards 2 than Salad Days. And I mean Salad Days obviously fantastic record as well, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was something about that one.
yeah. I think with the just the iPod, like hearing it for 100 or 200 times a year, because I was always taking the bus and I had like 10 albums on it. So yeah, it
What were
must be a lot.
the other albums that were on the iPod?
Uh, I think some Dutch hip hop. Wu-Tang Clan. I think that was a big one as well on there. 36 Chambers.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Yeah, the things you can find on, what was it? Downloading then LimeWire or something. Oh no, Pirate Bay. I think Pirate Bay was already there.
Allegedly he used that. Yeah, that was big. That was a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I,
LimeWire before that, of course. Yeah,
yeah.
but
I remember I had the iPod Mini or something, and you could put like MP4s on it, and the screen was was
just so small.
just so small. I remember watching movies on it in the train, like just the iPad in front of the iPod in front of you.
What was do you remember any of the movies that were on there?
Yeah. What was it with Will Smith that is a vampire?
A vampire Will Smith? I don't know. I want to say Wild Wild West, but I know that's not it. I don't know.
Is it? No, it's not. Yeah.
It was a Will Smith vampire movie. Was one of them.
That was one that was on there. Yeah.
I mean, it's a good way to spend a train ride.
Yeah. I think with subtitles. No.
Good.
No,
it's
those
good.
are too small.
I mean, I think it would take up like half the screen, but still, I mean, it's good that it's there. What was the first phone that you had that you were able to listen to and stream music on?
I think it was a LRG with like they had a separate what is typing board on it.
Oh
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
That was
A slide one. Yeah.
Yeah, a slide one. Yeah. I think that was the first one. Yeah. But yeah, just MP3. Yeah, I had the iPod for just such a long time, because all my music was on there, and you didn't have Spotify or something on the iPhones back then. So yeah, I think for a long time just the iPod.
And you're going back to the iPod now, right? This next year,
I would love to.
Just going back.
Yeah, just take an old Nokia with you and an iPod, and maybe a map for navigation.
Maybe.
That's a big difference in the US as well. Like every city is a grid.
Hmm.
Here
Sometimes not as clean, we'll say, not as organized, very
yeah.
spread out or disorganized in some places. So around 16 is when you pick back up the drums. And I mean, immediately you're playing with other people. You just start playing in other groups and whatnot.
Yeah, that we did some. Yeah, what I told, like I went back to like the school band thing. Yeah, was really like one teacher and like 4 people trying to form a band. Did that, and I already was in that with Jeroen, the singer of our band. And yeah, after that, I think I started playing with it music, and I tried sampling like beats, like hip hop beats, but yeah, that didn't work out. uh, with my old dad record collection.
It's a good
Yeah,
place
and
to
just
start.
yeah, and after that, yeah, just I think playing with Jeroen and with Tobias. And I think around 17 we like kind of formed a band, but for 3 years it was just uh, drinking beers on a Tuesday night and trying to play one song.
It's a productive use of a Tuesday night, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think around 19 playing serious music. I think around that time, like writing songs and yeah, trying to get a set together with a band and play in empty bars.
Did that group kind of just morph into what became Iguana Death Cult?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we had one other member. He went on a trip to Australia, and then we asked Justin to join us to play bass. Um, he was
He's an amazing
learning like,
bassist, by the way. Amazing.
oh,
Really,
thanks,
really
yeah,
good. Yeah.
really good bass player, yeah.
Really good. Heavy hitters in that band all around. Absolutely.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and he was learning to play the guitar, but Jeroen was teaching him, and he said to Jeroen like, "Yeah, why don't you try playing bass in our band?" And yeah, he started playing bass with us. And at first, we didn't have a bass amp, so we had like a little guitar amplifier. And I think for the first half year of rehearsing, you couldn't hear him or he couldn't hear himself because it was just a tiny guitar amp.
Yeah.
And we borrowed like Marshall amps from my dad. So the guitar amps were like just a wall of sound. Yeah, but yeah. And I think like after a year or something, we had our first show on a local festival in uh, Willemstad, where 3 of us are from.
Are you from there as well, or is it Rotterdam?
Yeah, the rest of the guys all live in Rotterdam. I live in the south, in Breda. It's it's a smaller city. It's really close to the Belgian border. Like I live like 10 miles from Belgium, but the Netherlands is really small, so everybody lives close to the border.
Still, though, I mean, just to say that, that's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, I'm like 10 miles away from Belgium. That's rad. That's good. That sounds
That's good.
good.
Gas is way cheaper in Belgium, so I always get gas over there, and beers are also way cheaper over there. Everybody lives closer to the border, so because I think the Netherlands is one of the most expensive countries for gas in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah, I think like a liter is like a gallon is I think 4 liters or something.
Mhm.
It
I don't know,
it's
but we're just gonna go with that. Yes, 4 liters to a
yeah,
gallon.
a gallon. I think 4.5 liters, and like 1 liter of gas in the Netherlands is around €2, so $2.20. So that's like a $9 for a gallon or something like that.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
In LA, is pretty expensive as well, right?
Yeah. It's pretty expensive in the
I
whole of
think,
California. Yeah.
yeah, it's around $6 or something, and in like Iowa or something over there, it was $2
Yeah.
per gallon.
Yeah.
I didn't know it changed that much in every state, but yeah.
It's pretty drastic change, and or especially when you get out of California, and
Yeah.
I'm not too pleased about that, but yeah.
At least the
That's
weather is good.
the weather's good, but the gas price not so good. Not you gotta balance it out somehow, I guess.
Yeah.
So that festival was kind of the first time playing a legit, let's say, legit show.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, I think there were only friends and family, but yeah, it was
That's legitimate.
like a 25-minute set around that, and
Wow, I mean
yeah,
that's a pretty long set for a band that's just kind of getting going.
yeah, and it's a pretty long time for blacking out. Like the first show, everybody was super nervous, and you just wanted to be over as fast as it could. But yeah.
And what year are we talking about around that this is occurring?
It's 2010 or something like that. Yeah, it's so that's a long time ago.
No, it's not that long ago. You guys
Yeah,
are just beginning.
yeah. Hopefully,
You guys are
no,
only
that's
a couple years in now. Yeah.
yeah, we're doing it. Yeah, first US tour, but it took us 9 years to get there. Yeah.
But I mean, hey, you made it. You did it.
We made it, yeah. It's also been such a long journey towards like going to the US. First time we went in 2019, but yeah, I never expected that. But yeah, actually, like if we're talking about like records that like light a fire under you, for me as well, it was that Vice documentary. I think it was In Love with This Times New Garage Explosion. Have you seen that one?
In love with these times, yeah. They chronicled like a bunch of indie bands, right? During like there's
Yeah,
a
I think
whole like
like
eight or nine parts of that.
no, I think three. I think it's 3 parts, and they just follow like bands like Ty Segall, OCs, and I think like they did like a West Coast part and an East Coast part.
Okay,
And
yeah.
yeah, I
And
think
Hunks and his punks and stuff like that, right?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah, I remember
They go
seeing that.
in his barbershop, and yeah, and yeah, for me that was uh like after that I really had a clear vision like what I want to do like music wise. And I think after that, do you know the band Moses and the Firstborn?
I know the name. I'm not really too familiar with their music though.
Yeah, it's a Dutch band, but yeah, I think they quit. But they got signed on Burger Records, and they went on like 3 times, I think, on tour with Together Pangea all around
Oh wow.
the US. So for us, that was when we like realized the first time, like, oh wait, for a Dutch band, it's possible to go to the US and tour over there.
What's Together Pangea? I mean, hey, that's not a bad bill.
No.
Together Pangea is amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we played a couple of times with them in Europe.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
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 But that was a long time ago as well.
But still, it happened.
It happened. Yeah.
It occurred. Yeah, Together Pangea. Oh, amazing band. And for those of you listening at home, go check out the interview I did with Danny Bankston of Together Pangea. That was a great interview. He was amazing to
I
talk
listened
to.
to that one. Curious, like to listen to like stories from people I've met or which I'm interested in. Like we met John Andrews. is a friend of our booker, and we on this tour we I listened to his music, but on this tour for some reason 3 times in a row we were playing the same city and staying in the same hotel.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, John is great. He's a really nice guy.
Yeah,
With all these interviews, it's great to interview people, but I love to finally meet him in person, because it's always over Zoom now. And I've
yeah.
met John a couple of times, and he's always very, very nice. Yeah, really talented musician. Now, was he playing with the Yawns, or was he playing with another band?
Yeah, he was opening up with the Jans, and he was headlining with Cutworms.
Okay, yeah. Oh, fantastic band as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Both of those bands are really great and such good records.
Yeah, the new Cutworms album is really good
Yeah, yeah.
too. Yeah, I forget the name of it, but yeah.
Yeah, and I like he does a lot, like animating and yeah, just a really creative person, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. And drummer as well in sometimes, which is
Is he
really
a drummer
interesting.
as well?
Yeah, he played in I believe Quilt was the band that he was playing drums in. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nice.
He was talking about he was talking about wearing boots, and that he'd have to take off his boots to play the drums because it was just a super heavy shoe, which I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But he was just playing in socks, and I thought that was a little bit odd. We got into a thing about that, about wearing socks and playing drums. It does not feel comfortable.
I actually had like, because on tour you're just, if you are in a city you're just walking a lot, and I have like this running shoes on them, but they have a really thick sole, so I have an extra pair like of normal shoes for drumming because I
What do
don't
you
like the thick sole on the running shoe with drumming. So
yeah,
it does make sense. Like,
so you do it you do it too for you pack two different pairs of shoes usually?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. What are you usually rocking if it's not the walking shoes?
Uh, do you know the brand Karu?
No, I don't, but it right off the bat, it's a good name. I like
Those
it.
are good shoes.
Okay.
It's I think Scandinavian, and the legend goes that they originally owned the three stripes of Adidas, and that they sold it for like a couple of $100 to them.
I just recently learned about the Adidas Puma rivalry. I didn't know that they were brothers.
Yeah,
The two who made that, yeah.
yeah.
And that was in Germany,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's also a thing. Do you know something about drums, like with brands and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You have the cymbal makers from the Zildjian family,
Mm-hmm.
and all the brands. If you like look at the owners of the brands have the last. A lot of them have the last name Zildjian, so it's all coming from one family.
Oh wow. Is it difficult playing on somebody else's kit when you're borrowing somebody else's and it's not one of your own? Do you find that difficult, or is it easy to kind of get into the
The
swing of things?
Yeah, it's not always the kit, but like the stool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how do you? It's like you sometimes have a stool that can lift, like automatically with
Oh, with
a
a little
knob on
lever.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it gets bouncy, and it throws me off during playing, like because it for some reason it gets sort of arrhythmic or something, the bounce. So then but
I've
for the
never
rest of it, like I have my snare, my cymbals, and kick pedal, and I'm good.
okay. It's just it's the stool itself is the
The
major
stool.
problem.
Yeah,
I don't think
yeah.
I've ever seen a stool with a little lever thing, but now that you're mentioning it, I can understand, because even in like an office chair, you could feel that
Yeah,
it's
yeah, kind of
yeah.
like an office chair.
Mhm.
Nick from Frankie and the Witchfingers has a stool like that. It's stool, right, in English?
Yeah. Stool
Okay.
or throne, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
chair.
throne. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sitting instrument, however you want to say it, yeah. Um, Well, I mean, but if Nick has one, and by the way, he is one of the best drummers I've ever seen live. I mean, he's got so much just
Yeah,
enthusiasm about him. Ah,
yeah.
amazing, amazing.
Like he takes his shirt off and walks through the crowd, and yeah.
He's the man. Yeah, he's the
Yeah,
man about town. Yeah.
and he's playing a lot. I follow him on Instagram, and just
Oh,
he's
he's
constantly
always on
playing.
something. Yeah, DJing,
Yeah,
selling records, playing in multiple bands at the same time. It's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, and also with I think Frankie has such a Frankie and Whitfingers. The band itself has such a crazy tour schedule, like touring constantly, and I think he's playing like with 2 other bands on the side as well, and then I think doing his DJ gig, and yeah.
Yeah. Guy's a workhorse. Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to do some research on people before they come on, and I just see all this stuff of what he's involved with at one time. It's just baffling. It's crazy, but yeah.
I think he played like with the bass player of Minutemen as well.
Yeah, Mike Watt. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the Missing Men, I believe was
Yeah.
the name of the group, and yeah, he was insane in that band. I've seen a few live clips from that. He was really young when he was doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's around the same age as you, right?
Yeah, I think he's only 25 or 26. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
He's the same age as us, Arjun. Me and you, yeah. Me and you and him, we're in the same range, yeah. He's really great, and go check out that interview as well after this one. Yeah, really good talking to him. But enough about Nick. We'll talk about you when Nick comes back on, but we're talking about you now.
Cool. Yeah.
So you play this not a concert. You play this kind of festival thing, and
Yeah,
was it
local festival.
in your city or
No,
the
it's the other guy's hometown where their parents live in Willemstad. It's not far from here, but yeah, after that, we played with the same guys except for Jimmy, a couple more shows, and after that, I think around it's 2023, in 2013 we started Iguana Death Cult, and yeah, we did some local shows before that, and yeah, with Iguana we first played a lot in the Netherlands, and you have like a festival which is in every city of the country. It's called Popronde, or like Pop Round, and yeah, bands. Yeah, you can they pick you and you can play in every city. And so from there on, like, we played all over the country and met a few people, which hooked us up with shows outside of the Netherlands. And I think after that we met Bas, which is still our booker and our manager, and our friend. And he started booking us throughout Europe, because he does a lot of, like, he has Black Rice bookings, and he does all like the tours for Kevin Morby in Europe. Yeah, there's a lot of, I think, just really a lot of American bands here in Europe, and he started booking us all through Europe. So yeah, at first the first couple of years was just touring in Europe. After that, yeah.
Was it pretty close to 2013 when the band started, that you guys were traveling around and kind of expanding outside of the Netherlands, playing different
No, I think
places?
the first 2 years just the Netherlands and Belgium, maybe a little bit, because Germany is also not that far away from here, like 200 kilometers, 150 miles.
Thank you for converting. I appreciate it, Arjun. Thank you.
And yeah, I think after 2 years, we were going to. We met Bas, and he was starting to book us in like England, France, Spain, and yeah, after that we did like a couple of Europe tours and one Scandinavian tour. And yeah, because you're so centrally here in Europe, yeah, you can just like go on for like 4 days and go back home. It's not like the US where you have to do the all round because it's such a far drive.
Yeah, not it was it's closer. It's
Yeah,
closer
yeah.
than Seattle is to Salt Lake City.
Yeah, because yeah, like I think like Antwerp from my house is like 50 miles or something. Oh no, in miles it's 30, 35 or something. And I think Paris 300 miles.
Not bad at
Uh,
all. Yeah.
no, and yeah, Amsterdam like 35, and Berlin is maybe 600 miles or something. So yeah, all those big cities are pretty, yeah, dense and close to each other in the northwest.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
like it.
also England is not that far as well. There's just a bunch of water in between it.
It's just it has a bigger moat over there. Were you had you already kind of gone and seen these most of these countries before playing there? I mean, had you been to, I mean, obviously Germany and such, but like England and France and these kind of places?
No, I've been like on holidays to Greece, France, to Germany and Spain, Belgium, of course, but yeah, never to like the Eastern European countries or Scandinavia or England. So yeah, Portugal, Italy. So yeah, that's really cool. Like in Europe, you can travel, and like culturally wise, there are so many different cultures in Europe. So yeah, if you're going to another country, like it's really is another country.
Does it have a different feeling when you're visiting these different places to play a show, to and not just visiting on a holiday?
Yeah, because you immediately get hooked up with like a local who knows all the good places, where to go, where not to go. Um, uh, yeah, yeah, I think that's the main thing. Like when you're on a holiday, you're there by yourself or with your girlfriend, and yeah, you have to look for places yourself. And when you're playing a show, like for example in Paris or something, there's just a guy always with you, like hosting you and telling you where to go. And yeah, so that's the big difference, I think.
So when you return back to these places on holiday, do you know the spots to hit? You're like, okay, we'll go here and we'll go here because you already been there for a
Yeah,
tour.
yeah,
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 that's
yeah,
the
I
best.
think so, yeah.
That's how to
That's
do it.
all.
You got to tour first and then find the spots and then bring your lady and then yeah, the smart move. What was the reception the first couple times of playing outside of the Netherlands and kind of getting out there, going to Spain and going to England and playing these different places? How were the people responding to the music?
Yeah, pretty good, I think. Yeah, I think in big difference in like Europe as well. Like if you're playing like smaller villages or yeah cities, there are not a lot of bands touring, or only like the big cities. So yeah, people are just coming to a show, whatever band it is. So yeah,
Excited to do something.
yeah, and always like bring good food, good wine, and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
But I mean, not for I mean, you wouldn't indulge in that kind of thing. The wine, you'll eat the food, but not
no,
yet.
never.
Right. I got it. I understand. At what point was it decided like, okay, we got to start recording some stuff, got to start putting some stuff out?
Yeah, I think the first recording we put out was 2014 or 15 or something, like just 2 songs. Yeah, it's just to get gigs at first. Yeah, yeah, you have to put out something to get the gig.
It's a little trick of the trade. That's a little
Yeah.
inside information there. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think for the first record, yeah, we put out 2 singles, and with those 2 singles, I think for half a year, we did a lot of shows, and after that, we started recording our first record in Rotterdam, and yeah, from that on, we could do like a release tour and that kind of stuff. So yeah, for us, to get shows at bigger venues or like a decent venue, not someone's basement. Yeah, you had to put out a record.
And what you guys kind of put it out yourself, self-released the first release, right?
Yeah, the first release was self-released. Yeah, I think we sent it over to a bunch of labels, but yeah, they said no, and then we put it out ourselves.
Was it the only release that you guys did solo?
Yeah. I think yeah, the other 2 were on Innovative Leisure. Yeah, Leisure.
Amazing record company.
Yeah,
Really
and
always putting
they're
out good
really
stuff.
good guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was they you caught their eye during was it South by Southwest? Did I read that correctly?
Yeah, we record. I think we recorded it already or something before we went to South by. I think Boss, our manager, he contacted Innovative Leisure and a bunch of other labels, and yeah, those guys came to our show. I think at Hotel Vegas. They saw us the first time in Austin, and yeah,
Was that the first run of the first 10 shows that you guys did the first year or the second year going
no, the
there?
the first year. Yeah. And yeah, just after South by, I think we already recorded the record and sent it over, or we already recorded it and they heard it already before we played at South by. But yeah, after that it was within 6 months I think they released it. So
Oh wow. That's a quick turnaround.
yeah.
And what was that album? What did that album being or end up being?
The Nude Casino one. Or yeah.
All right. I trust you. I believe you. What was your reaction when you heard that Innovative wanted to release it under their
Yeah.
label?
For us, our goal was to get an American label because we really wanted to play shows over in the States. And yeah, they opened a lot of doors for us. And I listened to the Alalas a lot, so
Oh
that was
yeah.
really cool because I think they put out their first 2 records, and I think they went to what's the Mexican Summer,
Yeah.
and then I think their last album is released by Innovative Leisure as well.
They're back on that with the
Yeah,
Calico Discos,
yeah,
I believe is yeah.
and Bad Not Good.
Oh, of course,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, and I think there were the main records I listened to from that label, and Tijuana Panthers.
Oh,
Or what is it?
amazing.
Tijuana Panthers. Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, great guys, great music. I always love those guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're pretty familiar with the label before getting signed to it.
Yeah. I knew the records, not specifically the label itself, but I knew the records that were on the label.
Yeah, I mean they're putting out great stuff. And by the way, I gotta say this: go back and listen to the Tijuana Panthers interviews that I've done. They're fantastic. I can't leave those guys out, and Miles from All Laws, of course, as well. But yeah, Tijuana Panthers. Oh man, they're I mean, and All Laws, of course. They're very heavy hitters, putting out great stuff.
Both been around for a long time, I think.
Yeah. Exciting stuff. I think that's a good label for you to be on, I'd say.
Yeah, and yeah, on the last tour we did a stop in LA, and we went to their office, and yeah, it was cool to see the place itself.
Yeah, that first album was put out through Innovative, and
Yeah,
did that start to change things?
yeah, but it started to change things because we had like big festivals coming up, and like we were doing South by in 2020 again, and after that we were supposed to go on a 7-week tour to the US, and then back in Europe, like uh, we had a lot of festivals booked, but COVID hit. So that was the thing. Like we released a record and we did some shows in Europe, but yeah, the whole world was shut down. So we really didn't tour on that record in the US or anywhere else in Europe.
It just kind of got put out and no
Yeah,
support for it.
I think literally 2 days before we flew to Austin, I think they closed up the airports and stuff.
The album was released, but there was no support on that, and then you just kind of had to let it be what it was.
We did like shows in London, Paris, and yeah, like a release tour in Europe. But after that, the plan was to go to the States, but yeah, that never happened. And then it was
I
just
I don't know why, but that's odd. Odd move on your part, but
after that, it was sitting at home for I think 2 years.
yeah. Uh, During that time though, did you guys get started writing on this new album that was the newest album that was released?
No, during COVID, everybody was, yeah, I'm not sure. It's just living COVID life, I think,
Living
and
COVID
not
life,
being
yeah.
inspired at the moment. I think to write a record, and yeah, as well, like everything was closed. So yeah, even rehearsal spaces were closed, and yeah, so yeah, no writing, no writing music at that time. I think at the end of COVID, we started writing the new record, but in the beginning, it was no.
It's
I didn't play music for a year, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So was the first thing you started working on the new album? Was that kind of your reintroduction into music from that break?
No, think we did like a single 7 inch with 2 songs on it because our yeah, we had to put out some new music to like book some shows. So we put out like those two on a small label from Rotterdam, and like a digital release on Innovative Leisure.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
And yeah, I think after that we started writing for the new record, but the 2 songs were during COVID.
And then Echo Palace, right? That's the newest
Yeah,
release.
yeah. I think
That was kind of the new wave, if you will, of Iguana Death Cult coming
yeah,
back.
I think so. Yeah, like with COVID, like it's almost 3 years. Like a lot of things have changed musically for us as well. So yeah, we wanted to do something different than the record before that. And yeah, Echo Palace, yeah, was it?
That was a result.
Yeah, that was the result.
How did it feel kind of getting back into it, working on something else, getting back into the swing of things?
Yeah, I think it was it was. I have to think about like how we wrote it because we rented. We had some some songs already written, and we were like, "Oh, we're gonna record a new record like in February or something." So we rented a home in Belgium uh, in November, I think, and we yeah, it ended up just being like at 2 we stopped playing music and we started drinking beers and playing board games.
Again, not you on the beer drinking, but you on the board games. I've
Yeah.
I've heard that that you get into it.
Ticket
Yeah.
to Ride. I think we play that a lot. Do you know that game, Ticket to Ride?
No, but it sounds like a fun game. It's
It's a
a
good game.
and it sounds like you're pretty good at it. I'm just saying. By the tone of your voice, it sounds like you're a veteran at the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
That's what I thought. What was it like when it started taking shape, this new album? Did it feel like a new era in a way?
Yeah, yeah, for sure was refreshing for ourselves because we've been playing the old songs for such a long time because you have that COVID period in between. So yeah, it was great to finally play some new music. And yeah, that's always a thing. I think with writing a record, for me as well as like experimenting is a big part of it. And yeah, you have a Belgian band, Deus. They once said they are like a band for like 25 years, and they once said like try to write an album and have 3 songs in your set list forever. That's a good record. Just 3 songs that you can play forever, and then you're good. The rest can suck, but
I think that is pretty good rule of thumb. Yeah.
no, but yeah, the recording process as well was during COVID, like the end stretch of COVID, and everybody got like separately got COVID during recording. So like we had like a studio booked for 2 weeks or something, and like after the first day, one got COVID, so we couldn't really record all together, and then just like one by one, everybody except for me got COVID and was like for a couple of days sick at home. Because I think for a lot of us, it was the first time getting COVID. So everybody was pretty sick from it.
Yeah. Oh man. In hindsight now, did that era that or the break that was produced from COVID, do you think that had a hand in how this newest album was written and created?
Yeah, because I think because everybody was at home a lot, like the other guys started like recording themselves and like making demos. So and at the end of it, like started sending out demos to each other and like working separately on it. So that process changed because before that it was we were literally like recording ourselves in our rehearsal space with our iPhone. Like that's the demo.
Pretty solid.
So it changed up the writing process a lot. And yeah, I think that's another thing. It was the first record that Jimmy was on, like the guy on the keys and the percussion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that was a big difference because before the album before that, we recorded it just the 4 of us. So we added another member. So that changed up a lot.
New blood in it.
New blood, yeah. No, and like musically wise, he listens to a lot of like music we don't listen to, so that changed up a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we were really listening to a lot of punk and yeah, just louder music, I think. And Jimmy, he is listening to like cumbia and a lot of 60s music.
Same thing. Yeah. Punking cumbia.
So yeah, that changed the process up a little, and yeah, give us a lot of inspiration as well.
Good deal. When you return back to kind of playing shows and performing live in front of audiences, did you feel like you kind of skipped over the previous release and just moved into Echo Palace, or did you kind of merge them both together since you weren't really able to play the songs for the first
No,
album?
it really felt like we skipped Nude Casino and then went straight into Echo Palace. And that was also a thing. Like it was a pretty rough start because to get shows actually, because there uh, have been so many bands formed during COVID. So after all the bars were open again, like the bands have tripled in the Netherlands. So yeah.
What was it? What was it like getting back out there and performing this new material? Was it hard for you in a way, or relieving?
Yeah, relieving, I think. Not hard. I think because we played a lot of the old songs as well. But yeah, just the new stuff. Because I during COVID, I didn't make a lot of music, but I practice a lot of drumming. So I became a better drummer during COVID. But yeah, so yeah, for me, like those songs have better drums. I think for me, yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
During live shows, it's it's more fun to play.
Did you feel like this last stint in the US was kind of like the redemption of like, all right, we got it, we're coming back and we're gonna play and it's gonna be good. It's when we're gonna do what we're supposed to do in 2020.
Yeah, because we played South by in 2022, I think. Yeah, it was I think 2022, or no, it was this year. This year, 2023. Yeah, sorry.
It gets jumbled up. No worries. Yeah.
We played. Oh yeah, it was this year. We played South by, and our goal was to get like a booker in the US. And yeah, we played I think 12 shows on South by. We met up with Joey from Space Agency.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he put this first tour together for us, and yeah, it felt pretty good. I think felt like a redemption.
Do you have a favorite track from the newest album?
Yeah, I think it's I Just Want a House.
It's a good one.
I think that's my favorite. Drumming wise as well, like the rhythm I'm playing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's the most fun to play for me.
Good deal. Arjen, I really appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much for
Thanks for having me, man. It was fun.
being here and staying up so late to do so. But before I let you go, I got some promo to do before we wrap it up here. So
Okay.
Iguana Death Cult's music is streaming everywhere, wherever you get your music. That's where you could find them. And the new album that we were just speaking about, Echo Palace, is out now through Innovative Leisure, and you can get it. You could buy the actual physical vinyl at innovativeleisure.net, along with some other merch that's there for sale, and the other album that we were discussing, the previous release, is also there. So go there and go support them. And if not through the Bandcamp, which is at iguanadeathcult.bandcamp.com, which also has some merch and some good stuff up there as well, right?
Yeah, right.
Good deal. And everyone can stay up to date with news, tours, shows, and everything else by following them on Instagram at Iguana Death Cult. All one word, no spaces in between. And I'm glad that you guys have that handle. I'm glad you guys caught it. It's easier to say that way. And do you have anything else to promote, Arjen, before we wrap it up here?
No, I don't think so.
I was hoping you're gonna say
Not
yes.
right
That's
now,
fine.
no.
That's fine.
There's no new record, so.
And that's the only thing we care about. Only new music on here, nothing else. Arjen, thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It's been fun. Yeah.
I would say so. I think it's 10 out of 10. I'm gonna stop recording this and I'll talk to you in a minute, all right?
Yeah, all right.
Cool. Thank you, man.